Hey and welcome to today's video. My name is Julian. On this channel, it's all about making you crypto fit. So that means we discuss stuff like blockchain, cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, and all the really good things that we have around investing in this decentralized ecosystem. Sometimes a bit more on the development, on the developer side, sometimes a bit on the cryptographic side, sometimes a bit on the economic side. And this is exactly what we're going to talk today about. We're going to talk about the most important investment formula out there. And I'm not kidding, it is the most important one. Some of these things that I'm going to be discussing are very straightforward, but most people don't really think about those. So what is this super important investment formula and how does it work? This is the formula. R equals D plus P. And R basically means results. So R equals D plus P. And now the question is, what is this D and what is the P? Now, let's do an example. Imagine you invest and you get rich. You make shit loads of money. Now, the massive question is, why? Why did you make so much money? Did you make so much money because you knew exactly how you did it? Was it luck? Can you repeat it? Can you do it again? Or do you actually have no freaking clue? And this is where it gets very relevant. Because obviously in investing, just like in anything else, we would love to kind of do the good things more and do the bad things less often. So if we want to invest better, make more returns, we would love to have better investment results, right? So what is this P? And let's start with the P first, because that's going to be a very, very important one. And at the end here, we're talking about probabilities. We're talking about luck, we're talking about bad luck. We're talking about fortune, we're talking about coincidences, right? So obviously a lot of our results, massive amount of our results have to do with probabilities, have to do with luck. And the key thing here is to really understand what is actually luck and what is just very correct statistics. Is luck, does it fall in the statistics or not? And this is very key. If you kind of, in 2017, when people were investing, they all thought, man, I'm the best crypto investor out there. A lot of YouTubers, a lot of social media influencers, they were like, man, I'm so good in this. Really? Or did it just have to do with really good timing? Because at the end, the odds were really, really stacked for you and not against you. And then what happened in 2018? Pretty much anyone that was kind of there dropped out, except for those that really kind of stuck it through and kept producing content and kept informing people. And that is quite interesting. So probability, a really, really important part, and I actually think almost a more important part than, well, purely the D. And now let's look at the D. And D is the quality of your decisions. Decisions. The quality of decisions plus the probability plus luck really defines your outcomes. And so here is where it gets really interesting. Obviously, if you take super shitty investment decisions, right? If the entire market is completely starting to go, you see there's a lot of strength in the market, and now you're selling, bad decision. Well, then probably, it's very probable, you're not gonna get good investment returns. But it could be, and this is maybe, I would even make a probability squared, because I would almost put more thing into the probability. But maybe, I don't know, there's some idiot flying a plane into another building, and it turns out that this was funded by crypto. And now suddenly there's this massive witch hunt against crypto. And suddenly the markets go down. And so you have no freaking clue about investing in crypto. You actually thought, man, everything's going down, when it was very, very clear that everything was going up. But there's this really, really bad luck happening for you that's good luck. And you suddenly start making money. And you think, man, I'm this really awesome investor. And so now this is where it gets really interesting. So let me get the formula out so that we can kind of discuss this. Whenever you are doing anything, and especially in crypto, because in crypto you can see it quite fast and quite well, you really need to reflect your results. And you need to reflect your results on, did you make a good decision? And did this turn to a good result? Or was it just luck? Did you just play the probabilities and, it turned the other way around? And most of the time, people do it this way. If the result, so R, is really good, they immediately account that for a good decision. So they say the D was really important. Luck? No, man, I have zero luck. Like that was not a factor. But if they have a bad result, they straight away say, oh, this was not my fault. I had bad luck. I'm pushing responsibility away. And this is what most people are actually doing. And here's where it gets really, really tough. They then believe that their results are because of their skills. So where do these decisions come from? Well, these good decisions come from experience, from knowledge, from skills, understanding cryptocurrencies, really learning these things, understanding market cycles, understanding investment behavior. And they're like, man, I'm such an expert. I really know my stuff. And they start getting cocky. They start believing they know it all. They've done it all. They completely overestimate their skills. And they're like, nah, you know what? Julian says only invest 10%. But you know what? I'm going to invest 50% because I'm so good. But hey, there's always the second part. And the second part, there's always some bad luck. There's always things that you might not foresee. There are the odds of everything that are out there. And then if it turns around, you're like, oh, this was bad luck. No, it was you judging your skills in a wrong way. Now, obviously, there are also people who go, whenever there's something bad happening, they always blame it on themselves. And they never understand that there's not a coincidence factor, a luck factor. This is also not good. So if we put this into crypto right now, so you obviously need to learn about crypto. You need to become a good decision maker. You need to get experience. You need to increase your skills. You need to work on your emotional stability. A lot of our decisions actually have to do with our emotions. So this is stuff you have to work on. And this means that when the news comes out and says, you know what, it's all over, that you kind of reflect on those things. Is it really over? I'm not going to FOMO. I'm not going to fear. I'm not going to get fear. I really researched the cryptocurrencies I'm investing in. I understand where stuff is going to go to. This is stuff that we've been talking on our channel. I just want to put things together now. And then obviously look at the second part. Look at the odds. Look at bad luck. Look at good luck. Look at certain probabilities. Look at coincidences. If the market, and this is just what happened, if the altcoins drop by, if Bitcoin goes down 0.5% and all the altcoins pump by 20, what is this? Is this your skill that now you've made good decisions? Or what's this pure luck? Because no one really knows why these altcoins pumped. And actually most of them are shit coins and they just pumped. Well, I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying reflect honestly. Because at the end, that's exactly what you need to do. If you then go and say, you know what? Actually, my skills in this are very, very small. I have very little inside infos. I don't really understand the coins much. I don't know. I cannot kind of explain why the markets move in a certain way. You mostly depend on the probability side. And this probability is very uncertain. You need to decrease your position. On the other hand, if the probabilities are in your favor, plus your decision making is very, very strong because you have good experience, you have skills, you have really good emotional control, man, you can move up your position. So if we kind of look at other factors, look at Warren Buffett. That's exactly what Warren Buffett is teaching. Really understand your investment vehicle and really go big because you kind of exclude the P and you have a long time horizon, then you shouldn't have so many problems, and you really understand your stuff. And then you can really go all in and you can go big. And since I believe in crypto, this is very difficult. I know there's so many people out there who tell everyone, man, Bitcoin is going to go through the roof. It has to. There's no other way. No one knows. We have not been in this scenario. So don't fall for the kind of credo, man, go all in. Way too dangerous. We don't know. Now, I'm a big believer in crypto. I have a lot of my net worth in crypto. But that still doesn't mean that everything is going all the way up, right? And then on the other side, don't believe when the press or someone just kind of sways the other way. Because you always have those two factors. I think that's really, really, really relevant. And I think that's a key thing. So I hope that kind of helps you a bit in reflecting. So that's your call to action. Reflect a bit on this formula. What in your past of good investment results in crypto was because you're a really good decision maker and you're really good in skills and understanding. And which of these things was sheer bad luck or good luck? Reflect on that. If you want, you can drop it in the comments below and let me know a bit of your reflection here. Holger says, if insiders and experts like you only have roughly 10 to 15% of their net worth in crypto, I would never dare to have a large allocation in it. Holger, I think that's a fair point. I mean, there's some people who put 50% in it. I would not do that. There's a very interesting kind of percentage if you look at it. If you had, over the last 10 years, everything in cash, but 1% would have been in crypto. So 99% is pure cash in a savings account. 1% was in Bitcoin, 1%. Your maximum risk, obviously, of losing money is 1%. That's nothing. Think about it. If you have a net worth of, let's say, a liquid net worth of $10,000, so that would have meant you would have only invested $100, and $9,900 would have stayed in a savings account. The maximum you could have ever lost would have $100. Imagine, assuming the $9,900 would have been safe in the bank. You would have always outperformed a balanced S&P portfolio. So you would have had more volatility in the S&P because obviously you could have lost 50%, plus you would have made way more returns doing this. So adding extra money there, of course, it sounds attractive, but we don't know. And this is where facts and probabilities kind of work together. And I think that's really important. Telmo says, can we measure luck? I really can't understand it. I believe in luck or the lack of luck. But what is it? We need to narrow the possibility for things to go wrong, but then luck enters and poof. So luck doesn't actually exist. Luck is just what we humans call small odds happening, right? Luck is that you win the lottery. But you winning the lottery, of course it's luck, but it's nothing else than probability. For if there's millions of people playing the lottery and the odds are 1 in a couple of millions, well, it's very likely that one person wins. Now, who wins? That obviously is pure luck. But luck, it doesn't really exist. It's pure numbers. So that's why I don't put luck there. I put probabilities there. You need to kind of weigh the odds. So when people say, you know what, Bitcoin is the super mega safe haven, and obviously I'm one of those. I believe that Bitcoin is going to be a safe haven. You still need to put like odds to this. There's still something that could always go wrong. We could discover that CIA was behind Bitcoin and it's completely flawed. It could be that we figure out that Bitcoin is actually not such a good safe haven because of some weird event. It could be, like I said, a terrorist attack that would completely drop Bitcoin. There are probabilities for this all exist. Bad luck or luck happens when these very rare events actually happen. And it's quite likely that rare events happen if you look over a certain period of time. The longer, the more likely these events happen. Now, when they happen, that's luck or bad luck. And I think that's really key. Holger says, Mike Novogratz recently said the crypto market is still in its early shoes, and with backed and CME futures next year would help institutionals come in. Your opinion? So I partly only agree. So we have an ETF live already, only for institutions, and only $40,000 have been transacted over it in the first couple of days. That's very little. Now, obviously, we could say it takes a bit longer. I think a lot of the institutions have already come in, and I think a few other institutions will still need a bit of time. So will it help? Definitely. Am I bullish on this? Definitely. I still think a lot of it is priced in already, and I think a lot of the other things, it just takes way longer than most people assume and expect, and that's why people get a bit bored right now, and that's why they're like, oh man, markets are moving too slow. Again, maybe in your past, your decision making hasn't been really good. It was just pure luck. And now you sit here and you're like, man, you know, it worked so well in 2017. Why does it not work so well right now? Well, because your decisions might not be that well. It was just really lucky timing back then. I think that's the key. So with this, I hope that makes sense. Please give me a thumbs up to this video if you love this stuff. Share it on any social media. Subscribe to the channels. Subscribe to the podcast if you're listening to the podcast. And I hope I'll see you next time. Cheers. Yours truly, Julian. Bye-bye.